Is that a caftan you're wearing right now?
It is a caftan.
How did I know that? I mean, I just know my fashion.
You do.
Just kidding. For those of you who don't know, Margaret actually told me what that was. In the interest of full disclosure, I didn't actually know what a caftan was before. I thought that was when a baby cow stood in the sun for too long.
It's Celebrity Sleepover. Now, here's your host, Johnny Bananas.
Welcome to Celebrity Sleepover, where wearing my girlfriend's pajamas is not only acceptable, but preferred. Because they're soft and supple on my skin. Speaking of making a statement, my first guest is an assassin on stage and the host of the Margret Cho podcast. Please welcome the fabulous Margret Cho. Margret Cho, I would like to welcome you to my well-decorated man cave.
I love it. Thank you.
And where are you coming to us from today?
I'm in my house in Los Angeles.
And who is this fabulous little guest you decided to bring on with you?
This is Lucia Caterina. She is 5-pound Chihuahua Dalmatian, so she's a very long Chihuahua.
It's going to be difficult, though, if she misbehaves. I mean, that's a lot to spit out at once. You have like a short, you just call her Luchi?
When she's bad, she gets her Korean name, which is Cho Rucha.
Cho Lucha.
Cho Rucha. That's her Korean name. She gets scared.
Yeah. Margaret, you're a stand-up comedian. You have a prolific stand-up career, but you've recently made the shift over to the podcasting world. How's that been?
It's interesting, and it's great because it's something that we can do during this time. I've always befriended people that I know are going to be huge celebrities. A good example of that would be Awkwafina. Like, I sort of knew about her when she was kind of coming up, and I was like, oh, I wanted to work with her and do stuff. And then also Jonathan Van Ness is another example of somebody that I knew well before all of his fame.
You're like a muse or almost like a talent scout, and you're almost using your podcast as a platform to introduce them to the rest of the world.
Yes, I think that's exactly a good way to put it, and I really enjoy that.
I have a friend who's even more Asian. Her name is... How do you spell that? It's just like it sounds.
For you, comedy, do you consider it something that you find joy in, that comes naturally to you, or do you kind of consider comedy a job?
It's both. It can be a job, for sure. Some of the constraints of it are very felt right now during the pandemic because we can't go on tour. And it is an addiction because you get this incredible dopamine, endorphin rush when you're performing that can't be replicated anywhere. And so it is a challenge, you know, especially for some of us who suffer from depression, who sort of like really kind of self-medicate through performance. That's really challenging. That's a lot of comedians too.
Comedy, though, in my opinion, it seems like comedy used to always be a safe space. You could make fun of anything, anyone, at any time, and it was okay.
Yes, it's hard because part of being a comedian is to be offensive. And with cancel culture being in such full effect, especially now, I think what it does is that it limits what we're able to do, but at the same time, it just makes you be a better comedian. You just have to be more skillful in the way you phrase things, and it's really about the intention behind the joke, which I think is really good for the art form. Maybe not necessarily good for some different individuals who are experiencing that kind of quote-unquote cancellation.
I mean, if anything, the way we should look at it is it's a positive because we have evolved.
Exactly.
I've been able to watch myself grow up on television. I've been able to make my mistakes and learn and grow from them, and I think that's what's important. That's what should be taken away from it.
Yes, exactly. But I think that people mostly are really forgiving of things, you know, and once somebody apologizes for things they've done and said, it goes away like pretty quickly, I think. So I think we're a pretty forgiving society, even though it doesn't seem like that at times.
How has social media changed your life, both privately and publicly?
Well, it just makes you very involved with whatever's happening. And I love that we have this connection with everybody, that you can connect with everybody on social media at the same time. And I think that's really powerful.
Isn't it also a double-edged sword, though? Because you're also opening yourself up to this whole world of negativity.
Yes, it can be very damaging and destructive. And then so like you want to be able to have a sort of a buffer in there. I love to block, and I also love to know that it's really my choice on whether to engage or not.
So you're a blocker, I'm a muter. Because I don't like giving haters the satisfaction of knowing that I saw and reacted to what they said and they got to me. So I just mute them, and then they can tweet at me forever, and they think that I'm not seeing it. So
I love it. That's whatever works. So your like sanity isn't affected. That's all it's about.
Margaret, I'm gonna need you to stick around, but when we come back, I've got a very special surprise for you because I'm putting a new twist on an old sleepover tradition, and you're not gonna want to miss this one.
All right.
Welcome back to Celebrity Sleepover. Now, I have my new muse and mentor, Margret Cho, in the house, and we're going to do one of my favorite sleepover traditions, summoning the great beyond, to see what our future holds with a tarot card reading.
Oh, how exciting!
And to help us gain access to the metaphysical world from Psychics101.com, Eva White. Eva White! Let me try rubbing this lamp. Eva White. Oh,
Hi, Johnny.
that actually worked. All right, Eva, so where do we begin?
And we're gonna do a quick spread, and what you guys can do is just kind of have your intentions in mind, and I'll kind of tell you everything that I'm seeing, and whatever messages I have for you, whatever to watch out for the year to come.
I love it.
Oh boy.
Margaret, what I want you to do is just kind of relax your energy as I shuffle the cards. Excellent. Good. You've got a lot of people surrounding you, Margaret. This is called the Princess of Cups. The next one is called the Prince of Wands. When we see the cups, it means that you make people happy. But when we see wands, we've got the male and the female. So it means males and females alike can be able to relate to you in a way where even your family can't.
That's great. I love that.
I concur, Eva.
You see what's called the Lovers, surrounding also the art card, and then there's some changes between now and up until August. There's going to be many personal opportunities to be able to actually meet a lot of partners and be able to kind of look at all of these personal connections, more of a personal level.
I think that's really amazing. It's great insight, so thank you.
The great beyond. Come on, Eva. Eva, be kind to me, all right?
We're just gonna have you focus in on a wish or an intention.
I'm not hearing the same reactions Margaret was getting. When you were picking hers up, I heard an awesome, I heard an excellent. You know, they say like silence is silence deadly? Silent but deadly?
That's farts.
Oh.
Wow, look at that. You got what you wanted.
What is
that?
This is
called the Emperor card. The Emperor card is a card that represents that you are this kind of sitting on the throne type of emperor. You got the money, you've got the attention that you want. So literally envision what an emperor would be. That's exactly where you're at right now.
Get out of my head, Eva.
Next card, you wanted some money.
Woo!
All right, new beginnings. Wow, it's gonna be an amazing year. And lost passion, excellent. There's a lot of shift and change coming in this next 18 months. Kind of like a little bit more focusing on personal life, maybe even a little bit more of settling down.
Oh God.
But there's also something that's going on with family. I'm gonna go a little deeper here. Where is your mom?
My mom is in Ohio.
She's gonna come to you. It could be about a few different things. And so I just want you to kind of keep that in the back of your mind.
That's freaky. You know why? My mom was just in a really serious car accident over Christmas.
Oh my goodness.
She was in the hospital for over a week. I want you to send extra healing powers her way, okay?
You've got it.
Eva, I gotta say, I was a little ambivalent at first about going into this tarot card reading, but it was a great first experience, so thank you very much for that incredible reading.
Thank you.
I know, we're doing so well. I really loved it. It was so exciting.
Margaret, I gotta say, this has been one of the most educational and inspirational sleepovers I've ever had, both mentally and spiritually, so I wanna thank you for coming to my sleepover.
Love it.
And up next, the cast from MTV's The Challenge All-Stars are coming to my house to get their brains whipped into shape. Until then, I'm going to be right here on my throne waiting for my loyal subjects to arrive. Welcome back to Celebrity Sleepover. Now listen, I am beyond excited to welcome my next sleepover guests. They're all legends, MTV's The Challenge All-Stars. We got Trishelle Moneymaker, we got the Cadillac OG Syrus, and we got the Godfather himself, Mark Long.
Let's go, baby.
I literally handpicked my 3 all-time favorites, fan favorites, the ones that we know everyone's gonna love, but they weren't available. So we went with the 3 of you instead. And Mark, buddy, we had to get a wide angle lens to fit you in, dude. You look like someone carved you out of a block of ice.
This is what I wear to bed, baby, so I came organically dressed.
You play a unique role in this revamp of the Challenge All-Stars because you're not only a cast member on this, but you also are producing the show as well.
Let's show them how the OGs used to roll.
This legacy must go on.
Yeah, so when I put out the initial tweet, it went viral and everyone and the fans got behind it. And then as kind of the wheels started rolling, MTV and Buena Murray and Paramount Plus were like, it'll just seem weird if this thing goes and you're not actually in the cast. So I kind of hung up my producer hat for the moment. And when I showed up to Argentina, like all the rest, I didn't know who the host was. I didn't know the format of the game. So I was just as much as a cast member as everyone else.
For me personally, the past definitely came back. I thought that I was going to be cool with everyone, and I definitely got into a fight or two.
You're going to dig up some old alliances. You're going to dig up some old enemies. You're going to see the drama. You're going to see the fun. You're going to see the bad. You're going to see everything. And we're going to keep it comical, but yet challenging. And that's the challenge, baby.
Now, since we all love a good challenge, tonight, we are playing everybody's favorite trivia, and the stakes could not be higher. For this edition of Sleepover Squares, you're all going to be asked a series of questions. Once you have your answer, you're going to write it down. We're going to be playing a game called Pie Face. Pie Face is like a jack-in-the-box. It could hit you in the face after 1 click. It could take up to 5. So you never know when you're going to get pied in the face. The person at the end with the least amount of pies to the face wins.
Do I need pen and paper?
Everyone get pen and paper. And Mark, get some smaller shorts while you're at it too. So we're gonna go with our first question. We're gonna start off with something easy. On the back of my challenge helmet, there are some daggers that I have covered with my hand. These daggers represent how many challenges I have won. So I want all 3 of you to write down how many daggers I've got on the back of my helmet here.
7.
4.
4? Now, the guys got it right. 7. Me and Tom Brady. Trishelle, you ready?
Yeah.
Wheel of Consequenza. Spin, spin, spin.
I hope it's 20.
Oh. Trishelle, you're going to have to click your handle 5 times.
All right, y'all. I'm
All right.
You got a face shield. You're cheating.
Oh,
What? That applied on the first one. That is amazing.
Yes!
Wow.
Now we're going to do a little general knowledge, all right? On the challenge, we fall an awful lot. What is the average terminal velocity of a skydiver belly to the earth?
Are we factoring in the amount of weight?
No, I think you all fall at the same rate.
I didn't realize we had a physicist in the room. I'm going to give you guys multiple choice, all right? Just to be nice. We got A, 75 miles an hour. B, 150 miles an hour. C, 120 miles an hour. Or D, 210 miles an hour.
150.
150.
120.
Syrus, you're the only one that got this one right. Oh my God, 4. Trishelle got it.
Mark took one to the grill.
And it was my last click.
Look at Trishelle's dogs over here like, let me have
He
some,
wants
Mom.
to lick it. Is it?
Sorry.
Yes.
Is your whipped cream melting?
Yes, it is.
Next question. Road Rules had contestants driving Winnebagos. What other popular RV brand was always used to drive NASA astronauts to the launch pad?
You're just trying to pie us, Johnny.
Yes, I am.
Airstream?
I don't want to say mine.
What do you got, Trishelle?
The Challenger, but that's what the astronauts went in, right?
That's a space shuttle, Trishelle. Wheel of Consequenza. Here we go. 3 clicks, Trishelle. Let's see it.
Ooh.
Last question, everyone. What was the first season of the challenge called, and what was the date it premiered? The date is something many Californians legally observe.
All Stars 420.
Wow. Trishelle?
I'm not saying.
Trishelle's wrong.
Okay, 1.
Wow.
Listen up real quick. I just want to thank you all for coming to my sleepover and being such good sports, with the exception of Trishelle, who decided to bring a face shield to a pie in the face contest. I'm actually glad that you lost this. I just want to wish the best of luck to all of you. TJ?
Oh, look at this guy.
Who invited this guy?
Hi.
There he is.
Bananas, you actually did a really, really good job today, but unfortunately, there's only one challenge host, and he is I, and I am him. So, I have a little surprise for you, my friend.
What do you got?
Oh, yes, yes, TJ.
You're welcome.
Between hanging out with the legendary Margret Cho to getting pied in the face with some of my challenge comrades, this hands down has been a night to remember. All right, now coming up, a spooky tale that'll make you rethink your next Zoom call. Welcome back to Celebrity Sleepover. Now, it's that time of night where the lights get dimmed, fireplace gets lit, and I entertain my guests with a spooky tale. And after watching Mark Long get pied in the face, I have the perfect one in mind. Let me tell you a little story about vanity. Do we need it? Of course we do. Does it take over our lives? Damn right it does. But how vain is too vain? That's a question we're going to explore. This is the story of the ring light. Long ago, during the pandemic, people were working from home. The ring light became one of the most popular items on the market. It made you glow, whether you were in a meeting or catching up with a family member virtually. The ring light had been around for a while, but now became a necessity, but not necessarily helpful, right? With work from home orders in place, Anna was confined to her tiny New York apartment. Social distancing meant no contact with anyone other than her computer screen. After realizing she wasn't as lit in meetings as other people, she asked a coworker, "How do you look so good in these meetings?" Her coworker said, "I have a ring light. Everyone does." So she decided to buy one. She didn't realize this was the secret weapon of quarantine, and she ordered it. When it arrived, she just couldn't contain her excitement. She ripped open the box, tossed aside the manual, and plugged it right in. It was like magic. Her skin was glowing, her hair was flowing. Somehow, it even looked as she was wearing a full face of makeup. She didn't realize the power of a ring light and how incredible and powerful it would make her feel. Her confidence was higher than ever, and she felt even more glamorous than she'd ever felt before. She was taking this light to everything. Zoom meetings, cooking in the kitchen, working out. She even slept with it in case she had a late night or felt inspired to take a selfie from bed. The thing is, her coworkers all saw this as normal. Someone asked in a meeting, "Is there something different about you? You're smiling a lot. You seem a lot happier." She responded humbly, "It must just be my ring light." They didn't see this magic that she saw, but they saw her confidence rise. One day something was off. She gasped in the mirror at what she saw. The ring light had burned her. This was a combination of sunburn and Trump, kind of. Needless to say, she didn't sleep with the ring light that night. Before she knew it, her face started to melt off. When she looked to see how the ring light was hurting her, someone crawled out through the center of the ring light. Have you seen the ring? It was like that. "Who are you?" "You've overstepped your ring light boundary. Did you even read the manual?" Anna stared at her, wide-eyed and scared. It's just a light. It just plugs in, she said. You were late to the ring light game, and then you abused its power. You're letting the light take over your personality. You're supposed to find your light, girl, not get lost in it. Plus, it's only allowed to be used 30 to 37 minutes per day max in a medium to warm climate at least 4 feet away. I gotta go. Another online makeup influencer just burned a hole through her cheek. So she learned her lesson. She moved her desk in front of a window and vowed to never ring light herself again, and realized that real beauty comes from within. The end. Well, that was a sizzler of a tale. Let this be a lesson to all you influencers out there. Only order Prime. And speaking of Prime, I'm off to order a killer caftan for my next sleepover. So here's to another awesome slumber party. This is your boy, Johnny Bananas, wishing you buenos noches. Hey guys, thanks for watching the video. For more, subscribe to First Look and come with me on all my adventures around the world. Who am I kidding? I'm probably sitting at home watching Netflix or playing Xbox. Either way, what are you waiting for? Just hit subscribe already.